Ladies and gentlemen, here I am here again to shed light on one of the most important keys to grasp or to start learning the German language easily. It's about the German words and the German sentences, with the sense that I will try here just to figure out the linguistic nature of the German language as the German types of German types of words and items that we use within the German sentence, as you can see here. So in the title. So in this short video, I will try to facilitate or to simplify the German language for the refugees and newcomers in Germany, in order to make it easy, as I have said before. In addition to that, so I have to mention that I uh, I I am making this video especially for the first orientation course participants, uh, which can be abbreviated as the OK participants, which is offered by BAMF, the German BAMF. And generally speaking, as you can see here, that I have a list here of some types of words that we can use within the German sentence. So as you can hear, the articles, nouns, verbs, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, conjunctions, and more. So I cannot pretend that I will give more details about this topic, but I will just to explain it briefly in 7 or 8 minutes, in order to make it easier, as I have said before, for the German learner. And the first thing the first type of word that we start with is the articles. Article, according to our experience learning the German language, is one of the most important things to understand the German language. And because if you don't understand the German articles, you cannot build sentences correctly, because we have different forms of articles. But here in this, as you can see here in the picture, we focus on just on the articles that we can be used in the nominative case. Nominative case means that we try just to article that we use just the article that can be used with the nouns that function as the subject of the sentence. So generally speaking, so we have two kinds of the German articles that can be used within the German sentence. The first one is bestimmte Artikel, is defined articles. If the noun is noun and defined, and we have, generally speaking, as I have said before, we have articles, or four kinds of articles. We have die, der, das, and die. If the word is noun and defined, so we use this article. If the words or the nouns are not defined or no, unknown, so we use the unbestimmte Artikel, which is undefined article. So we have three: eine for masculine, and ein for neutral. So I wrote here some example for that. So I come back to bestimmte Artikel, as you can see here. So Beispiel: das Auto, die Frau, der Mann, die Männer. Und bestimmte Artikel, we have ein Auto, eine Frau und ein Mann. I think it's clear. It's clear enough. It's enough clear. So we move to the same thing. It are nouns, or the German noun for that is die Nomen, number 2. So we'll try here briefly to figure out or to shed light on different cases that we have, or the forms that we have concerning the nouns that are used within the German language. We have, for example, singular and plural. You can see here. In singular, we have three forms: feminine, masculine, neutral. And for plural, we have different forms, but only one article, die, as I have said before. So feminine, die Frau, the woman; die Frau, der Mann; das Auto, the car; der Mann, the man; die Frau, the woman; die Frauen, woman; man, the cars. Okay, so as you can notice here, that in German language we have only one article, which is the. But in German we have three or four. It depends on if it is defined or not. So here I focused here only on the defined article. I mean bestimmte Article, as you can see here, the and we have of course mit unbestimmten Artikel, with undefined articles, we have eine, ein, und ein. So if we plural form, we don't have any article, zero article. Okay, let's move to the third one. Verbs. Verbs are very important with the German sentence. So the German sentence or or the sentences in any language, I think it's at least we must have at least a subject and a verb. At least it depends on the verb. If we have a transitive or intransitive verb, as you can or as you will see here in the next pictures. So the verbs can be defined or can be categorized in different categories on different types, but in the course we focus just on regular or irregular verbs, so named or called in German language regelmäßige und unregelmäßige Verben. It means if we conjugate it in the present, so we can conjugate it and follow the rule that we have. For example, ich spiele, du spielst, er spielt, sie spielt, es spielt, wer spielen, er spielt, sie spielen. It means we follow just the rule. We add an a, an st, and so on and so on. This is regular. We have also irregular as in other languages. So this given is irregular because if we conjugate it in the present, so we have to change the origin verb or the stem verb here. Ich gebe, du gibst. Instead of a, we put an I. Okay, that's all. That's all. The next, we have another type or kind of the verbs that we have in German language that's a little bit problematic for the new for the German learner is reflexive Verben. For example, sich bewerben, which reflects it's a reflexive verb, and as we can say, das ist ich bewerbe mich, I apply for myself, and so on. Ich bewerbe mich, du bewerbst dich, er bewerbt sich. That will be maybe clarified or simplified in another video. I would just to give you a small idea or brief idea about the verbs that we have in German language. Of course, we have other kinds of verbs that, but I don't want to go deeply in these things. For example, we have transitive and intransitive verbs. Transitive, the verbs that need an object, an accusative or dative object, and intransitive that doesn't need any object. That's all what I want to say in this with this point verbs. We have also, so before I forget this point, so we have also schwach und starke Verben, weak and strong verbs, and I will not give more. I will not give other details for that. So the next point, number 4, the adjectives or the adjective. Adjective are words that are used to describe things or places and so on and so on. I provide here some examples, as you can see. Beispiele is example. Are examples. Schön, gut, fleißig, and so on. It's good, fleißig, hard work, and so on. Also, it's just a word that describe a noun. And we have also in the number 5, we have, as you can see here, we have the adverbs or adverbial are words that describe the verb of the sentence. For example, schon. Schon is already. The next point is the prepositions or the prepositionen. So this is number 6. We have different kind of prepositions. For example, in German language, it's a little bit problematic for many people because the use of the prepositions in German language is it's a little bit problematic for many German learner. But I will try here just to explain or to give you a small idea of that. So we have different types of prepositions as I have said before. That we have, for example, preposition with accusative form or preposition with dative form, and we have also Wechselpräpositionen. It means prepositions that can be either used with accusative or dative here. But I think I notice here that I have make a mistake here because preposition mit dative ohne ist ein Präposition mit accusative and not mit dative. I have to correct it. Mit is with. We have to use it with the dative. Dative accusative are object of the sentence, but it's mistake here. Ohne. It's mit accusative and not mit dative. Please correct it. Okay, and auf und über again. So Wechselposition means the change. The use of preposition will be changed, or the article of the word or of the sentence will be changed. Will be changed here because it depends on if we have an action, we use it in the case of accusative. If we don't have an action, we won't, we can answer the question where we use it in a position of dative. We have also other things with genitive, but I will not mention to it here. The next point, and I think the last point, is conjunction or conjuncturen. It means that, for example, so and, aber, and so on and so on. That's combined. For example, and can combine two sentences in one time, and so on and so on, and but, or so on. So that are conjuncturen. That's all what I wanted to say, because as I have said before, so we have general speaking, so uh, different types of words, so 11, 10, 11 words, but I meant here to seven of them, because these are used often, they are often used, and the most of people use it within sentences. My aim, as I have said at the very beginning of my video, is just to provide simplified and clarified and is an easy idea to understand, to understand or to grasp the linguistic nature of the German language. I hope that you will understand some things and some types of words of German language, and it will, I'm sure it will help you to understand the German language with success. Okay, thank you very much, and thanks for watching. Thank you.